Welcome to another episode of RevXP Presents. I'm Chris Mann, the SVP of RevXP, the gaming division of Revolution, the global integrated sports marketing agency. And today, I am excited to be joined by a familiar face, Julia Seaton. What's going on, Julia?
Hello. How you doing, Chris?
Familiar because Julia is actually the director of client service for the Revolution team. So she's in-house, and this is the first time we've done in-house. I know Tony on our team has hosted his kind of own RevXP Presents, but I'm excited to have Julia. She recently joined us from Allied. She's previously worked with top publishers and brands around game launches such as Assassin's Creed and Final Fantasy. She's worked with publishers like Tencent and Ubisoft, and her current role is leading RevXP's gaming-focused clients like Chipotle and Liquid IV on our strategy and activations within gaming. So it's exciting to have her on here. What's going on?
Not a whole lot. Super excited to be here and chat a little bit further on RevXP Presents.
That's awesome. Well, you bring a lot of different experience than if like someone like Tony and I, having been working with brands over the years. So that's one of the reasons why we'd love to have you on our team. You've come in, you've been a rock star in terms of helping lead a lot of our clients and bringing some really great thinking. So I was like, hey, we usually have some other industry folks on here, but we should definitely highlight the great work that our team is doing internally. And with that, let's talk about what games you're playing.
Well, I've been jumping into Fall Guys here and there, but I would say the most of my time recently has just been spent on mobile gaming. So a lot of Pokemon Go and another game, Wingspan, which is just an adaptation of this board game that I really like for mobile. So it's been a lot of fun.
We just hit Ultra Friends on Pokemon Go, but we haven't hit Lucky yet, right?
Yeah. No, we're waiting for it. We're crossing our fingers.
We need the Niantic random lucky gods to bless us with that so we can make some cool trades. Shine down on us, please, Niantic friends. So as we jump in here, obviously the format is quite simple. We're looking at how brands can unlock opportunities within gaming. And so let's start with the first question is, when brands think about activating in this space, what are some things they should keep an eye on?
I would say, one of the things that brands should really keep top of mind is, if you're looking to activate with gamers and you're thinking about gaming as a new audience and a new tactic, you should be, willing to and excited about the opportunity to do things that are going to resonate really strongly with this audience in particular. And that can sometimes involve, different tactics and, going down different avenues from what brands have done previously. And, in my last role, in my last job, I was working on behalf of publishers to secure brand partnerships. And so a huge portion of my time was spent going to brands with ideas and opportunities that my clients knew were going to be so exciting and so resonant with their audiences. And brands would come back to us a lot of the time and be concerned that that wasn't going to be mainstream enough. But they wanted to activate with gamers. They wanted to show up in the community in an authentic way. And so I think that you have to, have your ear to the ground or work with people who do to understand what's going to resonate with that community and how you and your brand can show up in an exciting and engaging and authentic way.
Yeah, I think you hit on the head. I know when we worked together on the Chipotle PUBG Mobile Challenger Series, when we first connected that, working with Tencent, what they were able to bring to the table in terms of in-game integrations for Chipotle and how they could support Challenger Series is very much different than maybe how we've worked with Epic or how we worked with Activision, in terms of other CCS events. And I think that's where it's like every publisher brings something different to the table. And, PUBG Mobile and Tencent are very willing to kind of integrate brands within their game. And could you talk about some of the integrations that you actually worked on? I know there was Butterfinger and Chipotle and McLaren and Tesla. Like, what are some of those integrations that, were pretty like best in class and why?
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, we worked on so many different kinds of programs, anything from an IP integration like The Boys to, Tesla or McLaren, like you talked about, more automotive or even brand partnerships. And what you see with a mobile game like PUBG Mobile is you are always looking for new opportunities to release new content and keep the community excited and keep the community engaged. So being able to, bring brands in and create kind of 360 promotions around that helped keep the content really fresh and really engaging for that audience. So it made a lot of sense. And then when we looked at brands, we tried to, select brands that would be able to, provide some value in a meaningful way. So using Chipotle as an example, one of the rewards that you could get for engaging with those Chipotle in-game challenges was a free burrito. And that's something that, through and through is going to be exciting to an audience and is going to, give back in a tangible way.
Yeah, absolutely. I think adding value And value could be, again, we've said this, I feel like a broken record saying this, but adding value is how you win with gamers. And value can be done anything from a free burrito to unlocking content, in-game content, video content, experiences. And it's really exciting and something for brands to keep in mind. Like, what do gamers want? What do they really want? They want cool experiences. They want cool stuff. And that stuff usually comes from being in-game, something different, something exclusive, something limited. The same format as how brands win, in real life.
No, exactly. And I think to that point too, Chris, I mean, you bring up a great point. It's brands should always, enter a space like gaming and remember to look at it through the eyes of a consumer and not just through the eyes of a marketer. I think that as marketers, you get really excited about an area like gaming because it's a passion point. It's like where this audience is spending their time. A lot of times it's a really digitally savvy community that, might be difficult to reach through traditional advertising channels. Like you hear those words thrown around all the time. And that's not an accident. I mean, all of us are consumers in addition to marketers, and we know that no one likes feeling like they're being inundated with advertising, and like advertising is everywhere that they look. So when you show up in a space as a brand that the audience really cares about, it's so important to do that the right way and to make sure that what you are doing is authentic and is, again, to beat that dead horse, adding value so that, again, you're adding to and contributing to and being a part of that experience. You aren't taking away from it.
Contribute to the experience. Don't insert yourself maybe where not necessarily necessary. You're adding value, I think, is really key. Show up in a way that creates an experience and adds value to the gamer community. So
Totally.
That's perfect. So I think that leads us to our next question is, what's happening in the future, right? What are some cool innovations that you're looking forward to? I know a lot of people talk about Web3 or the metaverse. What do you think? What's kind of on your mind and things that we're, let's not give too much away is obviously what we share and ideas with our clients. But I mean, like, what are things that have got you excited for future opportunities within the gaming and esports universe?
No, absolutely. And I mean, I'm even looking at it through outside of like a technological or innovation lens, like just thinking about developments and things that we're continuing to see. I think that gaming, as it becomes more mainstream, is, having this huge surge where, and the pandemic really helped to expedite this by letting more and more people discover a love of gaming and letting more and more people, uncover gaming stories. And now, you've always had, movies based on video games. You've always had, shows here and there based on video games. But I think the mainstream appeal of a lot of these, recent endeavors like Netflix's Arcane, The Witcher, you're seeing just this really positive reception to video game stories outside of gaming. And so I think that presents a really exciting opportunity for brands to get involved with these communities that are so passionate about these stories and these characters and these IPs, because those stories and characters and IPs are only continuing to become more important and to become more ingrained in the larger entertainment ecosystem. So that positive association and that brand attachment can go so much further than just one partnership around one game.
Yeah, you hit it on the head. I mean, like, how often do we talk about gaming as culture? And gamers are trendsetters, and gaming is the main form of entertainment for 18 to 34-year-olds. We found that over the last decade that that's been true, and TV's kind of on a decline at that same time. And I think that it only makes sense that what's happening now is top IPs are becoming TV shows, and they're not just becoming a TV show that maybe a few people watch, but massive amount of communities watch it in scale. And the Arcane show, just in a great example, Borderlands has a movie coming out next year. There's The Last of Us, as you hit on HBO, The Witcher, great IPs that have been able to transition to other entertainment platforms because they have such a mass scale of fans that have loved that IP, and they want to consume that content. And I think the next step is, how do brands take advantage of that? The same way they take advantage of Marvel IP.
Totally.
Or Lord of the Rings
and I
IP.
think, too, it goes beyond IPs. You see it in talent as well. You see all of these, incredible influencers who, built their audience through live streaming games, who are turning their sights towards more variety content, more lifestyle content. And so being able to, again, like tap into that passion point, understand that this is an area where audiences are investing their time and their attention and their love. And this industry has legs beyond what you might first see when you first look at it.
Absolutely. Absolutely. Well, Julia, thank you so much for joining us. It's been a pleasure to have you on our team for the last few months. And obviously, the insights that you just shared will be very helpful for brands out there looking to tap into the gaming community. And so thank you. Happy Friday. It is a Friday here. It's the 14th that we're recording this. It'll probably come out in a couple weeks through the Synopsis newsletter. And so with that, guys, there's still time to register for the Esports Business Summit. It's 11/1, November 1st in Las Vegas. So make sure you click the link in the YouTube description. With that, I want to thank Julia for tuning in. I want to thank Colin on the back end. No, I have never thanked Colin, but he's here. He's recording all these videos for us. So Colin, thank you very much. Until next time, next RevXP Presents, we'll be connected with you soon. So bye, everybody. Have a great day.
Thanks, everybody.